The world is in a very weird state right now. Corruption has sunk its fangs into everything around us. The price of eggs just keeps going up. You could get a single carton of eggs for the same price as a down payment on a Tesla. Yeah, I can't believe the wacky state of the world. Who would have thought? But by far, the biggest display of injustice in our society was something that took place last night at the Streamer Awards. The Streamer Awards are an annual, high-quality production spearheaded by QT Cinderella. It's an event that every human being on the planet looks forward to every year, and they make the Oscars ceremony look like a participation trophy awards show for the second-string JV sports clubs at a high school. It's an amazing and fun event that just brings everyone in the space together to just have some fun, and it's voted on by fans to just kind of celebrate the space. As you all know, last year, I was the recipient of the prestigious Variety Streamer of the Year category. This year, Radio Silence. I wasn't nominated for anything. Now, me being an adult and being the strong, hulking, masculine embodiment of what it means to be a testosterone-fueled titan, I can handle that. I'm okay with it. I understand. But not everyone is as mentally strong or has my level of fortitude. So there were riots, there were protests at the Streamer Awards ceremony. And I kind of just want to talk about that a little bit because I think it's important too.
Dude, it suits you, man. Huh? It suits you like the fancy. For real? I'm nervous.
I watched it unfold live. The chaos was almost too much for me to bear. People protesting on my behalf, I never would have wanted such a thing, but as you could see, it was inevitable. I wasn't nominated for any categories, and people, they had enough. So, as you can see, a few rioters showed up there. I don't know those men, and I can only imagine the ones that didn't make it that must have been protesting right outside. But these three noble heroes snuck in. As you can see, they're strategically planted in the blind spots of security, like a game of fucking Assassin's Creed. They had no idea they were there. And, well, it only escalated from there.
As far as anyone who's anyone is
Okay,
here...
what?
Wait,
What are we doing here?
They gotta work on
Wait,
security.
what are we
You got some
What
fucking
are we doing?
hooligans turning
What are
up.
we-
Pretty
Guys,
much, we were nominated this year, and it's a bigger spit in the face than spitting in God's face. It's like slapping God on his freaking ass and then asking him to come show up anyways. I don't know why we were nominated if you don't have the respect to give us the time of day.
Is this a protest?
Yeah, this is a protest. Yep,
protest,
you
yeah.
got it right on the dot.
I think they
Y'all
have
making me
something. I
feel
think
like
they're onto
moist
something.
critical right now.
Yeah.
A second
What does
class
that even
citizen.
mean?
A second class citizen.
Oh, because two.
It's like an afterthought, but not like a good afterthought like the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure Battle 2. More like a bad afterthought like the script in Avatar The Way of Water.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the franchise Hunger Games? That's my arm right there.
He's speaking
Yeah,
facts.
I kind of carried the franchise, and you
Hollywood
didn't have
royalty.
the guts to nominate us. So now we're on
Hollywood royalty,
protest.
and yet
All right, okay, well, let
we
me ask you
won
guys,
last year.
what should you have been nominated for?
Everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Agreed. They're onto something.
Yep.
Look, let me show you something. What
Yep.
we have here is Brendan Fraser's talented actor Bathwater.
Yep.
What?
So, when he was filming The Whale, after the shoot, he took off the fat suit, and for about 6 hours each day of shooting, he would soak in a bath. This is 75% Brendan Fraser sweat,
Don't drink
25%
it. Don't drink.
water.
Don't drink it. Don't
Well, let him
drink
take a swig. It's like
Don't drink
it's
it.
like
Don't drink it.
nectar.
It's gonna mess me up.
I'm a big fan of
Don't
The
drink
Mummy.
it.
Well, when you drink
They're treating Brendan Fraser's sweat like it's poison, which is honestly insulting. I imagine if that truly was his sweat in the jar, like I imagine it would be, probably ethically sourced right from Brendan himself, you'd be lucky enough to be able to try some of that absolute sweet potion. That'd be like a panacea. It'd heal all your wounds, make you taller, put more hair on your chest. Like, what a generous gift they came bearing. This is the most peaceful protest I've ever seen in my fucking life.
For you.
And,
And,
these homeless men are really upset. I told you the corruption has really
Why? Are you
angered the
watching-
entire community.
You're watching Moist Critical stream of this.
Charlie, and Charlie's stream. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of funny he came back to us right now because he didn't have the courtesy to nominate us. It's kind of like spitting in God's face and then asking him to beg for forgiveness. It's kind of pathetic.
Back
I give
at
it
it
back because I
again.
figured that was for you. So.
All.
What was
right.
that for me? That I don't know who those guys are. It's just they're as
We
upset
are
as everyone
going
else is
to-
about this whole situation.
I'm gonna
honestly, it's a
come down
shame
right down
that I wasn't
here,
nominated,
so
and they've
then
had enough.
Valky
clearly.
Ray.
This is me extending an olive branch. I'm calling for a ceasefire. This anger is misplaced. It's not the way of the Jedi. This is a fan-nominated ceremony, which means I fell off. It means my stream wasn't clapping cheeks the way it was last year. And as hard as it is to take responsibility, there's really only one place you can point your finger, only one entity to shoulder the blame, and that's everyone but me. It's actually a giant conspiracy on the same level as Hollow Earth. There's some true foul play going on behind the scenes, not only in the community, but on the platform itself. I ask you, when was the last time my stream was on the front page of Twitch or even recommended on Twitch? Do I hear zero? Because that's the correct answer, which is weird. I mean, I do a lot of innovative, cool shit on Twitch. Like, just like a month ago, I was talking about Bill Cosby's upcoming comedy tour, and even chat was being very helpful with giving, like, ways to survive. You know, bring your own snacks. If you start yawning, immediately dial 911. Like, we go over important topics. We do crazy shit. Like, I played Sons of the Forest really fast, and I only cried twice because of how fucking bad that game was and how awful and boring the speedrun was after the fucking 20th time of running it. Point is, I mean, like, hey, you know, these streams, you know, they're just as good this year as last year. I mean, so something must have gone wrong. There must have been some kind of outer forces at work in order to keep me suppressed, or perhaps they didn't want me to win too many times, which I think is probably the leading theory. But regardless, it's clearly not me who's hurt. I'm not the one offended. It's pandemonium on the streets right now of LA. Those were only 3 protesters that made it inside the venue undetected. But I've seen pictures, I've read reports about thousands upon thousands showing up wondering, where's Moist Critical at? You know, I wasn't on the ballot. You know what, it's not important though, because at the end of the day, the event was fucking amazing. QT Cinderella and the entire production team absolutely outdid themselves. This was bigger and better than last year, and I fucking loved watching it. Huge thanks to QT Cinderella for letting me even watch party it in the first place. I really wanted to go, but I do have a legitimate debilitating fear of flying, so that was kind of off the table, and it's literally like a 3-day road trip from where I'm at to get to California, and that's just a very difficult thing to make happen. So I couldn't be there myself, but she allowed me to still co-stream it and watch it with the chat and celebrate and just be part of the fun. But luckily, you know, I've cloned myself. We have doppelgangers, and they were able to attend in my place, and they made a very fun spectacle out of it. Of course, they were kissing each other, per usual. I still don't fully understand why, but like if you watch the Twitch highlight of the Streamer Awards, when the Charlies are on screen, they do a threesome kiss for some reason. It's fantastic work. Absolutely. I guess that is what I'm known for, you know, kissing myself. Just a really huge thanks. I always appreciate that they're willing to do something like that, and it's become just a cherished tradition at this point. So big thanks to Joel Haver, Kevin Amarillo, and Demetrios Michalikis. I think it's always just spectacular. So I just want to talk about this a little bit because the Streamer Awards are something that I think is very special. I always love, like I mentioned, when a creator does something big and branches out from just standard content online from like gaming or talking or whatever and doing these huge productions and taking a risk like this. And QT does it like no one else does. The production, the event, is unlike anything else in the space. It's a huge venue, very professional, and just so well put together and fun, and it always just... It deserves a huge round of applause from everyone who enjoys live content or anything like that because it's spectacular. So I just wanted to highlight that and the great work her and her team have done for this. Absolutely fucking killed it. Can't wait for the next one next year. And yeah, that's really about it. See ya.